Straight ahead on 12 News, a milestone in March, a record-setting Tuesday as people itching for pedal power. Plus, getting in shape post-pregnancy.
I'm definitely happy with myself. I feel a lot better.
Some fitness motivation for new moms. But first, a short amount of time and a lot of work to do. What local lawmakers say about the most unusual session. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Minnesota lawmakers return to the state capitol where there's no running water and a massive renovation project going on.
Due to Capitol construction, this is the latest legislative start in Minnesota history. Lawmakers have just 55 days to tackle a long to-do list before they're required to adjourn in late May. So what's on that list? Emily Ragoose caught up with local lawmakers.
It's finally here after a 2-month added delay.
It's one of the shortest legislative sessions in the record books, but Minnesota legislators say they're ready to get to work.
I have some anticipation. I got some things I'd like to get going on. I think it'll probably demonstrate that we can get things done in a short amount of time. And maybe we should try to do that other years as well.
And legislators representing the Northwest Metro are hoping to tackle some of the same issues this year.
I think transportation is probably the biggest issue.
They did a bad mix of the asphalt for about 10 years, so all the city roads are falling apart. And it was the state's recommendation as to the mix, so cities are asking for some help on that.
I think transportation is going to be a big part of it. We're looking for a very large transportation bill and redesigning the funding of how transportation comes together.
The Senate is meeting in a converted hearing room in the Minnesota Senate building, while the House of Representatives will still meet in the Capitol building despite having no running water or toilets.
We've got about a 20-count bank of porta potties for legislators to use.
And with an estimated surplus of $900 million, there's plenty of ideas on how to spend it.
I think they'd be best spent for tax relief, which is critically needed in our state, also for roads and bridges.
Special ed in the schools and some one-time money on the broadband would be a good idea. I think we go forward very, very cautiously so that we do not end up coming back in 2017 and facing a deficit because we were not conservative enough in 2016.
It's going to be a wild ride because we've got an election cycle, everybody's up in both chambers, and we have a lot of issues: budgets, surpluses, road construction.
And another issue that will likely come up this year is pre-K education and whether or not to put a program in public schools or put more money into current programs. Mike?
Should be interesting. Thank you. The local lawmaker who represents parts of Plymouth and Golden Valley is calling for legislation that would ensure paid family and sick leave. The proposal, co-sponsored by Representative Peggy Flanagan, would create a state insurance program that would offer workers a portion of their pay for up to 12 weeks a year. It could be used for pregnancy or medical issues or to care for a sick family member or newborn child. Employers and employees would share the cost of the program. The program would not be required for employers with existing paid family leave policies that equal the state plan.
Brooklyn Park is asking its residents to dream big about the future of the city.
The next 10 years is really about engaging the community, dreaming big, and saying, what can Brooklyn Park be by 2025?
By the year 2025, Brooklyn Park's population is expected to grow to 90,000 residents. The community is already rich with diversity and many foreign-born residents. And as the city plans ahead, they want to hear from all residents and get ideas about everything from housing and neighborhoods to parks and what kind of businesses residents would like to see in the city.
Brooklyn Park is going to continue to grow in terms of more residents, continue to grow in terms of more businesses. By 2025, it's very likely that we'll have a new light rail line on the west side of the city. So if you can imagine all that's happened in Brooklyn Park over the last 10 years, in the next 10 years, it's going to be an exciting place.
Over the next 3 months, Brooklyn Park will be holding community cafes to gather input. The first one will be held on April 7th at Parkbrook Elementary. A final plan could be adopted next fall or early in 2017.
The Maple Grove City Council has approved the creation of a new neighborhood. The Enclave at Dunlaven Woods calls for 29 homes near the Corcoran border. It requires the creation of streets and utilities for the development. New housing projects are good news for the construction industry after residential construction dropped to a 12-month low in February. Well, First Crystal and now Old Country Buffet is closed in Maple Grove. The last day of service was Saturday. The parent company is closing underperforming stores across the country as it prepares for its third Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. The last remaining restaurant in the Twin Cities for the national all-you-can-eat chain is in Burnsville.
North Memorial ambulances are joining the state effort to change the culture of drivers. Last year, there were more than 400 traffic fatalities on Minnesota roads, and this year, we're on a pace to beat that. North Memorial is using its 140 ambulances and helicopters across the state as a rolling fleet of billboards. The next time you're in traffic behind an ambulance, they hope you'll notice the sticker that says "Toward Zero Deaths." North Memorial figured their highly visible ambulances could help spread the safety message.
For us to take a decal, put it on the back of every one of our ambulances and our helicopters, it's that repetitive messaging that's out there to say, hey, you know what, this is a culture change. This is people putting down their phones, be more attentive when they're driving.
The Toward Zero Deaths initiative has a goal of reducing traffic deaths to no more than 300 by the year 2020. Our warm-up has some people itching to get out there and go biking.
But before you head out, there are some things to do to get your bike road-worthy. Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
Bikers are itching to spin their wheels. Some folks spent the day cruising along Victory Memorial Parkway in Robbinsdale.
We got booked up pretty...
I figured that yesterday.
Others took a different route.
So yeah, we're looking about 263.84.
And took their bikes inside for repairs.
Ready for a new bike, aren't you?
Amy Miller and her 4-year-old daughter Claire are trading in a bike.
Oh yeah, here we go.
The cute cyclist put her new wheels to the test. Amy gets her family's bikes checked out each year before they hit the trails.
You know, the worst thing for a kid is to get out there and they can't go like they want to or slow down like they want to. So it's really important just to stay up on their bikes and the upkeep and the maintenance.
Great minds think alike.
Brake pads are good too, so say the cables, housing, tire replacements.
A lot of people are bringing in bikes for a tune-up at Eric's Bike Shop in Maple Grove.
This morning I think we had 3 people waiting outside.
Rick Diaz has seen a steady stream of customers coming through the doors.
So yeah, I think getting new cables through here is going to be definitely something you need. It's just not shifting.
He makes sure the wheels work well.
There's a bit of a wobble in that wheel too, so we can get those spokes tightened up.
And he puts the brakes to the test.
You can see here it's kind of rusted a bit, and so that's going to release a little bit slower.
Keeping your bike in tip-top shape can keep you safe on the road, but should you break down,
A hand air pump for kind of topping off your tubes.
there are some tools you can carry with you
Spare tubes,
to help get you back on your way.
some dry lube, keep your chains nice and clean.
Rick says it doesn't matter what type of bike you ride, as long as you're safe and prepared for the unexpected.
I think the big thing is just getting people out and riding.
In Maple Grove, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Ooh, the weather just makes you want to get out there and ride, get going, right?
We're itching for spring, for sure.
Coming up, help for new moms to shed that baby weight. That is coming up next in Health Check.
And then later in sports, Maple Grove boys basketball team gears up for the state tournament opener.
But first, we broke 70 degrees today, and yes, that is a record for March 8th. Wednesday, however, will be much cooler. We'll be right back.
Having a baby can be one of the greatest moments of a woman's life.
But trying to get back to your pre-pregnancy weight can present a whole new set of challenges. In today's Health Check, Delane Cleveland has more on one mother's journey and provides tips on what fitness experts say all new mothers can do.
That's it. Here we go.
Success at the gym.
How many pounds down are we?
Can be measured by pounds lost.
24. Oh, let's make it 24 more.
And weight lifted.
Atta girl.
But if you've recently given birth, actually getting to the gym can be a struggle in and of itself.
One. Good.
Personal trainer Kelsey Ekdahl from Snap Fitness in Plymouth has heard plenty of excuses.
The 2 biggest excuses that I've heard are time away from the baby is tough to get, and then also just lack of energy energy in general from being tired all the time and run down.
However, she says those are excuses any mother can overcome.
There's always time for exercise, and you need to put yourself first if you want to be able to take care of your baby to the fullest extent. Excellent.
Just ask 27-year-old Brenna Cook, who gave birth to a daughter in September.
Well, I used to work out, and then when I got pregnant, obviously it was harder to work out, and then after the baby, I wanted to get back into shape and get into better shape than I was before.
After giving birth, Brenna weighed 181 pounds. Once doctors cleared her for exercise, she made the decision to prioritize fitness.
I was told too, like, don't worry about it, just be a mom, just worry about that. But me, I just felt like I needed to for myself, for my own health, my mental and physical health.
That a girl.
In December, the trainers at Snap put her on a workout and meal plan.
Keep it up, keep it up.
She now exercises 3 days a week for about an hour at a time. And in 3 months, she's down to 155 pounds.
I'm definitely happy with myself. I feel a lot better.
Good focus.
Kelsey says resistance training should play a key role for any woman looking to get back to her pre-pregnancy weight.
Because the more lean muscle you have, the more fat you burn 24/7. So if you can put on that lean muscle, that's going to peel away the fat even faster.
It's a mantra that Brenna now lives by, and she plans to keep going.
That was my goal, was to get back to pre-pregnancy weight. But now I've passed that by 12 pounds. So I'm super excited, and I have new goals set.
In Plymouth, Delaney Cleveland, 12 News.
Come on.
Experts say that a healthy diet also plays a significant role in helping a mother get back to her pre-pregnancy weight, and they recommend shopping the perimeter of the grocery store and eating 5 to 6 small meals a day with healthy snacks in between. Coming up, toss it or fix it. How to bring new life to that item you may have thought was a lost cause.
But first, the undefeated Osseo boys basketball team is the #1 seed heading into the state tournament. We catch up with the Orioles next in sports. Well, if you're a fan from the Northwest Metro, there'll be plenty to cheer about at the boys basketball tournament.
Right, a lot of basketball tomorrow, and hopefully all these teams continuing on into Thursday and beyond into the weekend. The state boys basketball tournament tips off Wednesday in Minneapolis. 3 area teams will play in the first 3 games of the day at Target Center. Osseo will play the first 4A game Wednesday morning at 10 as the 29-0 Orioles meet 16-13 Eden Prairie. The Orioles beat the Eagles by 4 points early in the season. Despite Eden Prairie's 13 losses, they won't be an easy team to beat in the tournament.
They're playing with a lot of confidence. They shoot the 3 extremely well. Not just 1 or 2 guys, but they have 5 guys that can shoot the 3. So every one of their guys is playing with a lot of confidence, as I said, and they're all a threat.
They're a great shooting team. They got great athletes on the team. So, yeah, we just got hard work, communication, and defense, and I think we should be good on Wednesday.
Osseo advanced to the state tournament by beating Mounds View 76-65 in the Section 5 final. Hopkins, Apple Valley, and Osseo all could lay claims to getting the #1 seed for the state tournament. The Orioles did receive it, which is nice, but won't need much if they don't win Wednesday or Thursday.
I mean, it is an accomplishment. It's a big accomplishment for us. It doesn't really, it's not really a big thing, but we know we're just going to go out and play our hardest.
It's a nice honor that the other teams in the state tournament bestowed upon us, but you still got to win 2 games to get to the state title.
Osseo's rival Maple Grove is the #4 seed for the Class 4A tournament. The Crimson is in the tournament for the 4th time ever. Section 8 4A champion Maple Grove tuned up for state at Monday practice. They did get a chance to play at the Target Center earlier this season, and that familiarity with the arena will help. In the quarterfinals, Maple Grove takes on a team that's been a state tournament regular, 2014 champion Lakeville North.
We know they're very long. They got shooters all around the court. We got to be ready at all times. A lot of talking, a lot of switches.
I play AAU with a guy on their team, so I know his game well, but they're very balanced. They run their offense very well, and they'll be a difficult team to stop.
A lot of experience at the state tournament for Lakeville North. We've got some really athletic kids on their team, some good basketball players. They're extremely smart. They're extremely well coached. We'll have our hands full with them, but I think we're up to the challenge.
2 of Maple Grove's losses this season are to Osseo. Neither team can afford to look past anyone at the state tournament, but it's safe to say Crimson players have noticed who they could face in the semifinals.
It'd be obviously very fun to get some revenge, but the main goal is to just play as well as we can and see what happens. You know, it'd be obviously be very fun to play them in the semis, but we're just going to go out there and fight as hard as we can.
I could wish nothing more than to play Osseo in the semis. It's the only thing I want is to beat them. Only thing I want.
Here's the slate for the 4A quarterfinals. Eden Prairie and Osseo play the first game at 10 a.m. Wednesday, followed by Lakeville North and Maple Grove at noon. Hopkins plays North St. Paul at 2 o'clock, and then Blaine meets Apple Valley at 4, all at the Target Center. University of Minnesota women's hockey players Danny Cameronese, Kelly Panic, and Kate Schipper all grew up playing hockey here in the northwest suburbs. That trio will help lead the Gophers into this weekend's NCAA tournament. The three are featured on our Sports Jam show this week on Channel 12. Here's a clip from that story.
Not only are the three women now teammates, but they're playing on the same line, too.
All three of them complement each other really well. Danny and Kate in particular can really get up and down the walls and provide great speed and great pressure, and Kelly Panic sees the ice so well with some real good finishing ability also.
Me and Danny really like to forecheck and use our speed, and Kelly is the one that's always going to be there to dish the puck and everything. So I think we work really well together, and we also are really able to communicate. We all know to hold each other accountable and learn from each other, as well as don't be afraid to say something. So I think that's our communication is what really helps us succeed.
Things just started mixing really well. Me and Kate Schipper play pretty similar. We use our speed, get to the net, and kind of our grinders. And then Kelly Panic obviously is really smart and sees the ice really well and gets us a puck as we get her the puck too.
You can watch the rest of that story and more on Sports Jam. It runs through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, and 9:30 p.m. on Channel 12. Well, highlights from Hopkins-Wayzata section final girls basketball tomorrow, as well as those state tournament quarterfinals in boys.
All right, busy time. Thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, lost all hope to fix that broken fan? Well, there may be hope after all.
An opportunity to fix a lot of broken stuff coming up next.
And finally, be prepared to wield a screwdriver, open stuff up, and hopefully fix it.
Hennepin County is once again hosting Fix-It clinics this year. The first one is this Saturday at Interfaith Outreach and Community Partners in Plymouth. Whether it's a broken radio, a faulty lamp, or torn clothing, all of it is fair game for fixing. Feel free to bring tools that may help do the job, although Fix-It volunteers will have supplies there as well, and the clinic is free, and it runs from noon until 4 on Saturday. And we were just thinking that maybe that coffee maker in the employee lounge.
Who's going to bring it in on this weekend, right?
Let them have a shot at it.
That's right.
That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We will see you back here again tomorrow starting at 4.